What up, you guys? Slim here, Team Purple Panda, back again. This time, on just like a overall just card discussion. It's not a single card discussion. This was sent to me as a really good idea by the channel haha WTF H4X, and they were asking me to make a video on what are crucial plays during a game that you need to make in order to win. How do you know when to activate what card at what time, I guess, is the best way I can sum it up. And I like that idea. I think that's awesome. And the second part of this video is, well, what are the weaknesses to a lot of archetypes. So I'm going to go over that. So to get into this, basically what this means is when you're playing this game, you have your basic plays, depending on what deck you run. I run Gravekeepers. I want to get Necro Valley on the field, set a spy, flip a spy, summon a Descendant, summon a Recruiter, pop shit off, plus to my hand, activate Royal Tribute if I draw it, all these plays. But then, aside from that, like every deck runs, like, a lot of key cards in this deck. And I'm going to go over them real quick. I'm going to show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a lot of these trap cards, a lot of these spell cards. I don't know if you guys can see them all. We got like Book of Moon in there. We got Dark Hole. We've got Seven Tools, Bottomless, Deep Prison, Mirror, Torrential, Warning, Judgment. All these big cards that, really change the game up. And you have to know, like, when do I activate them? What are my key plays? I mean, I'll do spells first. So what I like to do is, you draw MST. Some people are very quick to activate MST, very quick to just say, boom, MST. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes you MST and MST, and it's like, ugh, what a waste. And, I feel that the best thing to do with MST is if you draw it early, set it and forget it, basically, has been a phrase that I've been taught for years. And this really attains true to MST because, you set it, you end your turn, you let your opponent do your plays, and then when you decide you want to do it in the end phase, activate MST. Activating MST immediately, unless there's only one spell or trap and is between you and the game, I wouldn't activate it quickly. I would chain it to something because it's a really good card to chain when, like a continuous trap or continuous spell is activated. So MST, the critical time to activate it is when you feel the appropriate time is, when you feel that you will get the most benefit by destroying a back row. Usually you want your opponent to waste their back row, so let them waste it and then get rid of that last one, and then they're left with nothing. So MST, really good card, just know when to activate it. Along the same lines is Book of Moon. Book of Moon is simple, if you're getting attacked and you don't want to take the life point hit, or you can't afford to take it, book the monster. I mean, common sense. Another time you use Book of Moon is like if you have a flip effect monster like Gravekeeper Spy, flip your Spy in the end phase, get to your main phase of the next turn, flip Spy again, replay the effect. And the last thing with Book of Moon is activate Book of Moon to get over a really strong monster, set into face down defense, and run it over. Just remember it's defense. And that's how you play Book of Moon. It's really simple, but it's a critical play to win games. One of the often discussed cards, when to know to activate, is Dark Hole. I've known people, I've done it myself, who Dark Hole one monster. And sometimes that wins you the game, sometimes it doesn't. Dark Hole is an interesting card. I feel, since Konami brought it back, and we've been using it for a while now, you activate it basically by choice when you feel that you need to activate it. Sometimes it's the best top decker in the world, sometimes it's not, because if it's your top decker, you play it, you have no way to come back from anything else that turn. Like I said, it's a really good card. Just know when to activate it. Usually you don't want to do it on one monster, you want to do it on multiple. So, when you're playing the Junk Doppel deck, I've been known to activate Dark Hole when they have like 4 tokens and like another monster, and then they minus so much while I've lost nothing. So, like I said, it's a critical play with Dark Hole. Know when the crucial moment is that you need to activate it, because you only have one. Same with Book of Moon, so just know when to activate it. Other spells are obvious. Monster Reborn, activate it when you want to activate it, if you're going to win the game or whatever. But traps, more than ever, do you have to know when to activate them. I'm going to go over a couple of these real quick. When it comes to 7 Tools of the Bandit, you set 7 Tools when you draw it. You activate it when you need it on a big trap, which is usually one of these 4. If you can 7 Tools one of these or a Deep Prison, you can get a lot of advantage because these cards stop multiple cards, and 7 Tools is amazing. So just know when to activate it, you guys. Don't rush it. Don't waste it on something you think you don't need. 7 Tools is 7 Tools if you need to. Nothing is more satisfying than 7 Toolsing a Warning or a Judgment. Your opponent takes a major hit to their life points, and they minus a lot. So just know when to activate 7 tools. Along those lines, when it comes to Dimensional Prison, you want to save for monsters like Stardust or monsters that can negate destruction. Deep Prison's really good because, like I said, it doesn't destroy, it just immediately removes. Remove Searchers, remove stuff that resolves in the graveyard, and you'll be fine. That's all you have to do with Deep Prison, is just know when to activate it. It's a great defensive trap. If you don't run it, it's amazing. Just know when to activate it, you guys. Minus your opponent when you activate this card. Same thing with Bottomless Trap Hole. Activate Bottomless, really good against GBs. Get rid of the monsters that's first summoned. Not so good against Sheehan, but, good against, when X-Saber players they go summon Bogart Knight, and then ask them, do you call priority? If they don't call priority, Bottomless that shit. It's gone. Key plays like that. Plays like Bottomlessing, just any big beefy monster that comes out. Just know when to use it. You only have 2, so know when to use them and when to save them for later plays. Use them on a reborn monster or anything. Anything that'll give you an advantage. But Bottomless is really good at starting to really come back. Royal Oppression. Royal Oppression is probably one of the most crucial cards that you activate in a game. I feel that when you activate Royal Oppression, you're using it to lock the game in your favor most of the time. When you're playing against like Samurais or whatever, when Kageki activates, activate Royal Oppression, knock out that damn Kageki. Or when they synchro to Sheehan, if they have no back row, so you don't fear Muzaki Magatama, activate Royal Oppression. Know when to activate Royal Oppression, and most of the time you will lock the game in your favor. But it's key that you know when to activate it. And then down to these big 4. Everyone runs these. This is kind of, it's silly because people have always been wondering, when do you activate these cards? It depends on what deck you're playing against, you guys. When it comes to Solemn Warning, when you're playing against Samurais, warning that fucking Kageki, warning the first monster that comes out. Do not let them get counters on the Dojo, on the United, on the Gateway. Don't let it happen. You can win by doing that. They take a loss. Warning when you need it. You guys know when to use Solemn Warning. You don't use it blindly. You only get 2. It's a very expensive card. You activate it when you need that advantage and that, field presence over your opponent. That's how Solemn Warning works. Along the same lines, Solemn Judgment. You activate Solemn Judgment to win a game, or if you're, in deep shit. Like, if you have no way out, you have to activate Solemn Judgment. You lose half your life points. Just remember that. You activate Solemn Judgment at the most appropriate time and not before that. Do not waste Solemn Judgment. You only get 1. This stops everything. It's very key. Save it until you absolutely need to activate it. But it is a game ender, and it's a game turnaround card. So definitely run it and use it at the most appropriate time. Do not waste it. Torrential Tribute, kind of along the same lines as Dark Hole. Know when to activate it. When they summon multiple monsters, nuke them, nuke the field. That's all Torrential does. So just know when to activate it, you guys. A lot of this is really simple stuff. Use common sense. We all have common sense in this game, I would hope. So just Torrential when you feel like you need to have the field wiped clean. And lastly, Mirror Force, same thing. Activate Mirror Force on at least more than 1 monster. Get advantage out of the card. If you're only facing one monster to win the game, activate it. You guys know this stuff already. I don't really need to go over it, but just activate it when you need it. One of the best trap cards around. So that's part 1 of this video, you guys. That's knowing crucial plays. A lot of you know what I'm talking about when it comes to these plays. Just be smart. Use common sense. Yeah, you guys, these are a lot of really good cards that I've gone over. These are just a few, but a lot of them are seen in almost every deck, so I feel that they're the most appropriate to talk about in making crucial plays to win games, because if you play these cards right, you will win games. And on the second part of this video, I asked about how do you defeat these archetypes that are out there. How do you beat plants? How do you beat Gravekeepers? How do you beat X-Sabers? Personally, myself, Necro Valley has been my anti almost every deck out there card. Locking down the graveyard is important, but I feel that, to really get the 1-up on Sams or the 1-up on X-Sabers, Gravekeepers, any deck out there right now, Gladiator Beast, is you got to play smart and know when to activate your cards. Knowing when to activate your cards is so important. Like plants revolve in the graveyard, you play DeFi, they're fucked. if you're playing GBs, run Skill Drain, run Oppression, they're screwed. Gravekeepers, you run Closed Forest to get rid of Necro Valley. You run Defissure, you run Massive Restrict, whatever it is to stop the Recruiter Descendant combos, the Searching to the Hand. All these cards that, stop effects will help you win games. How do you beat Samurai? Negate that first monster that comes out, play Fairy Wind to blow up all the back row. Like just bait out Sheehan. It's all these just common sense plays that will give you the advantage against a lot of the archetypes. People are wondering, what happens if you Veil or affect Hyper Librarian? They're not going to get to draws. I mean, that's pretty clean. Getting rid of Librarian is key to winning against plants most of these days. With other archetypes out there, like how do you beat X-Sabers? Like I said, Defissure hurts them, Warning hurts them, Necro Valley hurts them. Like I said, it's a lot of common sense, you guys. So, you guys know your rulings, follow your rulings, use common sense in this game because, I think 99% of this game is like common sense. Like honestly, like if you just think about your plays before you do them, you'll make a lot cleaner plays and you'll win most of your games. So that's all I really got to say, you guys, on this just card discussion in general. We talked about how to make what are the crucial plays and how to go about them. I've showed you guys with the best of the best cards I think out there right now. That are shown in almost every deck. And like I said, you guys know how to run your deck. You know how it plays. You know how you win. You know how you lose. Just make smart plays and you will be successful. And the same goes for beating any archetype. Side deck properly. Activate your cards at the proper time. Do not waste them, and you will be successful. So that's all I got to say, you guys. Once again, thank you to WTF H4X for this excellent discussion topics actually. Shout out to them, and that's all I got to say, you guys. Hope this video helps, and thank you for watching.